Am I live already, or how did you say hi already? Hello. Hi. Lucas, how did you say hi to me? I wasn't even live yet. That's weird. I hadn't even clicked go live yet, and you already said hi. So you are on the ball. Okay. Hey, Rick. Dennis, Kevin, Jose, Malcolm, Trucker Steven, Zach, Jayhawks, Miss Daisy, Nettie, Jacob, David, Clement, Dennis, Tyram, Augie. Did I say your name right? Augie? Augie. Sorry. Ois, Monkey, Carl, Helmet, Tommy, Michael, Joseph, Don, Martin, Anthony, DH Adventures, Ron. All right. And hi to all the rest of you, too. Hi. I'm looking at your comments there. So, hi. Here I am, live. I'm not used to this. I sit before you live. I can't edit this, so I can't mess up. At home. Hey, guys. Oh, boy. A whole bunch of you are tuning in. Wow. Hello. You guys must be extremely bored to waste your time listening to me. So, yeah, I've been thinking of releasing throwback videos in the evenings. I was wondering what you guys would think of that, and if there's any specific ones I should shoot for. I've picked 10 just randomly over the past 3 years that I'm going to upload. Well, going through the process of converting them right now. I'm going to put them on YouTube, and then I'm going to release my daily videos like I just did, like 20 minutes ago. Release it in the morning, and then in the evening, if you guys want to, you can see what I was doing on this day or whatever, like what I was doing 1,000 days ago or 500 days ago. If you guys aren't interested in that, you guys don't have to watch that one, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to see sort of where we've gone to, come from, where we've gotten. Yeah, if I could find some of those videos from the W9, those are really old videos. I have to get out the other, I have external hard drives that I use to store all my videos on. They back them up onto external hard drives. And I got to go find the very first one. I know where it is, but got all my very first videos on there. I bet you that would be pretty good. I bet you people would like to see that when I started to first make videos. I mean, it would embarrass me like crazy, but hey, it's all for the vlog, right? It's all for the people. Vlog for the people. Is that what I just said? I've been watching too much TV. I just finished this series, Designated Survivor. I don't know if you guys have watched it or not. It's I won't spoil it for you if you haven't. Really good show. It's got Kiefer Sutherland in it, so obviously it's good. It's 2 seasons long on Netflix right now. I downloaded it all, and then I could watch it in the sleeper on the road. And it's all about like if when during the presidential inauguration in the States, when everybody, all the congressmen, the House, the Senate, the whole government's under one roof. They have one designated survivor that's hiding somewhere in an undisclosed location. And if something happens, like a terrorist attack, that one designated survivor becomes the president of the United States. And that guy is Kiefer Sutherland. And the whole series was awesome. I loved it. And now I feel like I know how the U.S. government works better than they do. But not really. I just watch too much TV. It was really cool because you actually learn about things when you watch these shows. You're like, oh, so that's what would happen. Like, hopefully it never does happen. It never does. But they have like this designated survivor. And that guy becomes the president. And then he's got a reformed government. Really good show. Let's see. Let's answer some questions here. Was there any highlighted ones? I would have seen that, I think. No. Okay. Yes, this is live. Funny boy 12375. This is live. I am filming this. It's 10:30 Central Time right now in North America. So if it's not 10:30 Central Time where you are right now, you're probably watching this later. It also says live up on in the corner of the screen. I am in Canada right now. I'm in you can see me and my wife there and our wedding thing there. We live in Canada. America is right there. Right there. If I shot my drone up, I could almost see America. Almost. Just barely Canadian. Just barely. made the line just a little far south. Funny story is when the people around this area, I told you this in my vlog already, probably old news for you guys. Before Manitoba became confederated with Canada, Manitoba was its own thing. And there was actually talks of southern Manitoba being included in the United States all the way up to the Assiniboine River. That's what a lot of people had assumed when they settled down here in southern Manitoba. A lot of them had assumed that this was going to be American soil. Things happened. A couple hundred years later, we're Canada, and the border's on the 49th parallel. But it is what it is. We're all sort of, we're here. Good vibes from Romania. Do you have ghosts in Canada? Tons of them. Hi, sir. How are you? I'm good. You live in Tucson, Arizona. I'm kind of jealous of your weather right now. I'm looking out my window right over here. There's snow on the ground. I love snow, just not road snow. I don't like it on the road. Greetings from Russia. How do you say hi in Russian again? Das Vidanya? No, that's bye. Hi. I used to know how to say hello in Russian. Am I prepared for the chilly weather? Yeah, it comes around every year. This isn't even cold yet. This is just uncomfortable. The cold is coming. Privet, privet, privet. Is that how you say hi? Privet. Cool. You still have the old semi? Yes, I do have the old semi. Funny story about the old semi, since we're talking about that here. I just rotated all the tires on my trucks yesterday, because before I parked the Freightliner, because it had transmission issues, it was too expensive to fix. It would be more expensive to fix it than what I paid for the truck. So I just parked the truck. I went on company trucks for about a year, 2 years, year or two. And now I bought the Volvo. And so what I did was I drove this Volvo until the tires wore down. And now that it's wintertime, you need to have good tires on. And I got a service truck to come to the yard here, to our property, and rotate all the tires for me, because obviously I don't have the equipment to do that myself. And I sort of like people who know what they're doing to do that, so that I don't do any mess it up. It sounds simple enough, you know, rotating tires, but you need to have some pretty heavy equipment. Why is that tool? Ratchet wrench? No. Impact wrench, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. He came and he rotated all the tires for me, so now I have those new tires on the Volvo. And then I brought the Volvo to the shop, because the Volvo's getting the turbo looked at. I might need to replace the turbo today, which is going to be a couple of $1,000. Goody. Got an air leak that they're looking at, which is going to be a couple of $100. Goody. And what else are they doing? They're doing something else yet. You guys want to know how expensive it was just to rotate those tires, just to take the tires? Well, first of all, I had to pay for the service guy to come to my property here, and that's $95 an hour, because I can't take that truck on the road, and it would be more expensive, or just as expensive, for me to tow it there as for them to just come here. And then it's a lot more hassle towing it over there. I just got them to come here. Then I don't have to do anything. I just sit at home and drink my coffee and wait for them. Right? So, speaking of, I need more coffee. So the guy came here, arrived here. He did a really good job, really friendly guy. Talked with him the whole time. And just to take the tires off one truck and put them on the other truck and put the old tires from that truck back on that truck, everything included, it was $771. $350 just for the tire rotation. And then I had to pay for, I think, 3 hours of his time yet. So it's 3 and 3 plus taxes. Here in Canada, we get taxed up the back end. Can I say that? Lots of taxes. So $771. But it would have cost me about $6,000 to buy all new rubber. So if I wanted to buy all new tires, it would have been $6,000. So I saved myself over $5,000 by having him come here and do that. Which is good, because I'm probably going to need to spend about $5,000 today getting that new turbo. That would have been a $10,000 weekend. You still want to buy a truck? You got to really love trucking to do this job. Yeah. But that's just the way it is. I mean, you don't spend $10,000 every month, but it can add up really quickly. I should read the comments. need to invest in some power tools. Yeah, I could do the power tools myself. I could have possibly done this, but to buy the tools that I need, it would cost just as much as to pay the guy to come here. It would have been nice because then I would have got to keep the tools, right? Hey, from Nebraska, Trucker Doc. Thanks for the super chat. That's awesome. How is Nebraska doing right now? Is there a lot of snow there right now? Are you guys still pretty warm? What are you guys doing there? I hope my stream is smooth. My modem again is right there, but my internet for some reason has been really slow lately. I hope that I'm clear and not all choppy, because I hate watching live streams where the guy's all choppy. The dogs are here with me. Light dusting in Omaha. Okay, you're from Oklahoma. Native America. Cool. I haven't been there in so long. Last time I was there, I think I stopped in Broken Arrow, and I delivered some freight there. I used to go through there to Texas all the time. Texas. That's where I got this shirt, I think. No, one of you sent me this shirt. One of you guys sent me this shirt. I've been to Texas. Stream is fine. Good, good, good. Crystal clear. Awesome. Good stuff. Yes, Indiana Jack. I was going to talk about him. He's been trying to get a hold of me. I've been trying to get a hold of him. He says he's been sending me messages, and I admit I'm very hard to reach. Very hard to reach. I'm usually working 14 to 16-hour days, and then at the end of that, I edit my videos yet. And then sometimes I just want some time for myself. Like I've been sort of selfish with my small amount of spare time, and I was watching that show Designated Survivor that I was telling you about. Such a good show. You should watch it. Really good. But other than that, when I'm at home here, Brit's at work right now. That's why I'm here with you guys. But when she's home, I'm with her. So I put all of my YouTube stuff and everything else aside when she's home, and I spend my time with her. Because I only get, how many days home a month? And so when I'm at home, you guys probably won't hear from me, or unless if she's at work, which is kind of nice, because when she goes to work, it sort of gives me a chance to do my own thing in the house here, do whatever I want to do, wrestle with the dogs, try not to mess up anything too badly, you know. Snowing here in Chicago. Jack, thanks for the super chat. They got snow there already. I haven't been to Chicago in a few months either. They don't send me too far south anymore. Since I got on decks, like I've been going to Wisconsin a lot, Minnesota a lot. We have regular freight coming out of Minnesota there, going out to BC. So that I've been spending a lot of time there. But, you know, Minnesota and Wisconsin, I don't know if you'd really consider that like, I know it's America. It's America, but it's still sort of like Canada. You know, it's still cold. It's just like here. A lot of people, when I go to the States, they assume I'm from Wisconsin or Minnesota. They never think I'm Canadian for some reason. They always think I'm American. And I could probably just walk right into a voting booth and no one would question me. Like, oh, yeah, this guy's American. Sounds like he's from Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, give him a voting ballot. There you go. I wouldn't do that, though. When is your Thanksgiving? Our Thanksgiving is in October. It was the first weekend in October. The mini Dachshund, he's doing great. He's hiding, well, not hiding, he's sulking in his bed right now because Brit isn't here. And he's a one-owner dog, so I really don't exist in his mind. Hurts my feelings. But whatever. Try to get a hold of you. I know that I've tried to get a hold of you. Careful posting your phone number in here, guys. This is a public chat. Public chat. There's 200 people in here right now, and if I leave this online, there could be a couple of thousand that watch this. It's one reason why I don't share phone numbers of mine. Like, as much as I would love to get to know each and every one of you, you guys are all great people. But if I do post my phone number publicly, it does get a little bit overwhelming. I can't really get a lot of stuff done then. I don't want it to sound bad when I say that, but it's a little overwhelming then. That's why I don't post my phone number. Can you do a tour of both trucks you own? That would be a good video idea. I struggle to find video ideas when I'm at home because I try to film as much as I can, like I said, before Brit gets home. Then when Brit gets home, I don't really want to work. I just want to spend my time with her. But then she goes and says that she's never in my vlogs anymore. She wants to be in my vlogs. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to do some filming when she's here, but not too much. We need to go out and do stuff. Usually when she comes home, because she works like 6 days a week, she works long hours. So when she comes home, we usually just want to relax, watch some TV, or we need to go out and do stuff, go on adventure. My friend Troy, like from Halloween Hellmouth, him and his fiance, they go on all kinds of adventures every time. Every time they're together, they go hiking through the mountains. Like, they got all kinds of cool stuff going on. Hey, from the UK, Gimli, Manitoba. Hey, the home of Crown Royal. Go out for a rip again. That was always fun. It's funny that you say out for a rip, because I just uploaded a throwback video that was called Out for a Rip from like 2 years ago. So I'm going to release that one of these evenings this week. Daniel Hill says, you don't have a Canadian accent. You know, even up here, when I go to places around Canada, a lot of them ask me what state I'm from. No, I'm Canadian. I'm still here. Barely. I mean, like, America is right there. America's over there. I could almost wave to you guys. But no, there's an invisible line there. It exists. I'm on this side. They're on that side. But apparently a lot of people say I sound. Nope. Southeast Manitoba. That's where I'm from. Canada's a big country. So just like America, we have many different accents everywhere you go. I don't have the thickest of Canadian accents either. I have a couple of friends here that even I'm like, oh, wow, you sound Canadian. Wow. I guess because I travel around more, I sort of pick up a little bit from everywhere I go. Whenever I go down south and I spend a lot of time around the Georgia, Tennessee area, down there, Alabama, I come up and apparently I have a drawl a little bit until it wears off, and maybe I'll go to Newfoundland. Very hard to imitate Newfoundlander accents. I can't even talk. They talk so fast. It's like they had like 5 Timmy's coffees all the time. They talk so fast. In Indiana, we had a commercial that knocked our, well, we don't have a president. We have a queen. The queen is the head of state. Our prime minister is probably who they were knocking. I don't blame him. I don't like the guy. I didn't vote for him. I do have an accent. It's just not that heavy. Yeah, it's probably how it is, because I travel a lot. And, you know, I sort of, it's very easy to, I guess, change. As like I said, when I go south, I start picking up a little bit of that drawl and twang, and then I come back north, and then I lose it, and I pick up a little bit more of the R's and everything. How's it going there, eh? There's a lot of there people. A lot of people talking like this up here. Reading your comments. You have relatives in Winnipeg. Cool. What happened to your semi-truck? It's just in the shop right now. It's my turbo is making a. I'm just getting the turbo looked at. Hopefully, it's just a boost leak. That's what I'm hoping. It's just screeching at me a little bit sometimes, so I wanted it to get looked at. Quebec is a unique part of Canada. Yep, it is French. French, Quebecois, very French. Not France French, not France French, Quebec French. They're different. Do you enjoy flying drones? Yeah, they're pretty cool. I wish I had a bigger one, but the one I have now does the trick. I like it. We will trade houses with you, Josh. We have a beautiful house here in California. But it's in California. Oh. I love California. I love visiting California. I don't know if I could live in the interior or Northern California, but the Southern California, I don't know if I'd want to live there. A lot of people there, and they think differently than I do, to put it very nicely. Just different ways of life. The Black Green Mafia. Where is Jade and John? Haven't seen any videos. They actually quit making videos a while ago, shortly before Brit and I went down to visit them. We went down there for our honeymoon. They let us stay in one of their condos while we were down there as a wedding gift to us, which was very nice. And we went down and spent some time with them there. And they just are going through a transition in their life. You know, they were in their truck for quite a while, and then they transitioned into a completely different lifestyle, which is the lifestyle that they wanted to begin with. It's the lifestyle that they were moving towards. That's why they were trucking, to get to where they are now. They were never trucking to be truckers. They were trucking to get to where they are now. And they live a pretty cool life right now. They have like a beach house. They live on the beach pretty much. They're busy people. They're always busy. I talk to them every day still. But they're just, at this point anyways, not making any videos. Which is just sort of sad for me, because I liked watching them, but I still talk to them every day. But I mean, it's not everybody gets that privilege, I guess. And I'm working on him. He might be watching right now. John, I'm working on you. I want you to make videos again. We'll see what happens. You're from Iowa. Minnesota and Wisconsin are like being in Canada to you too. Yeah, they're like being in Canada with better roads. Yeah, sort of. And everything's just a little bit nicer. My own personal opinion. Do you ever ride my bike? I haven't this year, but it's just too expensive to register it right now. It's $350 a month just to register the bike and insure it. So I wanted to put that money to other things. We had that expensive wedding to pay off. We're almost done paying that off. And then, you know, we got Brit a new vehicle. We still got my truck. I got the Volvo now, the house. We just moved into different things. We're putting that money towards different things. Trying to get rid of all that stuff so that we just have the house left. We got a good financial plan. I'm satisfied with the rate we're moving at. When am I upgrading my pickup? 2021. April of 2021 is when my lease is up on this truck, and I'll be returning it for a 2500 HD heavy duty midnight edition. Oh man, such a nice truck. Duramax diesel. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I got the freight shaker. I do. Yep. I thought you sold the bike. No, I have it on stands in the garage under a cover. I don't want to sell it. I kind of like it. I'd like to trade it for a Harley. That's what I'd like to do. I'm gonna keep it. I don't owe anything on it. It's just I paid it off already long time ago. But I want to trade it one day for a Harley, a real bike. Niagara Falls, Ohio. Hey, you're from Jamaica. Cool. My parents went there once. I wouldn't mind going there, checking it out. Cincinnati. Record some quad riding. I was thinking of doing that today, actually. I was like, man, I should get the quad out. But it's snowing outside right now. It's cold. Well, it's uncomfortable. It's not cold yet to our standards, but there is snow on the ground. Bahrain Mafia. Sounds like Jade and John became tree huggers. No, well, it depends what you define a tree hugger as. They're not those people that go and tie themselves to trees and you know, try to save the rainforest type people. They're living a total different lifestyle, but they're very happy and they're doing really well. We're gonna go down and visit them again as soon as we can. It's just too bad we live a continent away or a whole country away. I live at the northern border and they live far down south, so it takes, you know, 2.5 days of just driving to get down there. But are we taxed over 60%? I'd have to talk to my mom about that. She's the accountant. We're taxed up to 50%, I think. Depends if you include all the other taxes, and they want to add a carbon tax on top of everything. Yeah. Almost all the provinces are saying no. And our federal government's like, yep, we're going to tax the air you breathe. We said that they would try, and here they are. They're going to try and tax the air. Which is funny for us truckers, like, because we have to pay for the fuel, right? And carbon tax obviously raises the price of fuel, and it raises the cost of getting goods to you. And I'm not going to foot that bill. I'm not paying for an extra car. I'm not taking money out of my check because the federal government wants to take more money. No, I'm going to pass that expense on down to whoever's whoever we're hauling the freight for, and they're not going to pay for that. They're going to pass it on down to you, the consumer, who's buying stuff in the stores, buying all the stuff that we bring to you. You're the ones that are going to be paying for it. I'm not paying for it. Go ahead. Give us a carbon tax. It's not going to affect me. Except when I fill up my pickup. But right now with our fuel prices here in Canada, in Manitoba, in Western Canada, we have the cheapest fuel in Western Canada. We have $1.06 per liter right now. I was just in Saskatchewan. They're at $1.13, $1.16 per liter. Alberta's like at almost $1.20. I think they're at $1.18. BC is, we won't even talk about that. They're almost at $1.50 in some parts. It's ridiculous. And I know most of my audience is American, so I can't do the conversions off the top of my head. But you take like $1.06 and times it by 3.78, and that's the price per gallon. In Canadian, then you'd have to convert it to American. It's a process. I inspired you to be a truck driver. Awesome. Cool. Did I own the 2013 Peterbilt? No, I didn't. That was a company truck. Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, Texas. I'm 21, looking to get into trucking in the next year. Any tips or words of wisdom? I'm going to give you the wisdom that I had to learn firsthand. Keep your driving record clean. Okay, don't get any speeding tickets. Obviously, don't get any DUIs. Obviously, that's obvious, right? Don't get into any trouble with the police. Keep your criminal record clean. Stay away from marijuana. I know it's still illegal in the States, but in Canada here, weed is legal, just like alcohol. But if you're going to partake in the devil's grass, as they say, if you're going to smoke weed, you're not going to get a job as a truck driver, even though it is legal to smoke it up here. Everybody here is still testing you. And if you come up positive for having smoked in the last few weeks or months, you're not going to get the job. $1.34 in Alberta. Wow. That's great. Hello from Finland. The devil's lettuce. I don't call it that. I mean, I have no problem with it. I don't care that they legalized it. I really don't care. The only thing is, the thing that's funny that I found out about it is that apparently the government is selling it at $5 more a gram than what the street price was. So the street price was apparently like $10, and the government's charging $15 for the legal stuff. Nobody's gonna buy the legal stuff. They're still gonna go to their dealers. Like this government can't get anything right. But whatever, they're trying, I think. But yeah, if you wanna just remember, that's my best advice to you. If you're Canadian and you want to get a job as a truck driver, just don't smoke the weed. Keep your criminal record clean. Keep your driving record clean. That's pretty much it. And try to get experience if you want to go over the road. It's different wherever you go. Some people, like I found out that in the States, very often you have to get your experience at like a big company going over the road before you can get something more local. Around here, you should get some local experience first. Like what I did was I delivered locally around Manitoba for 5 years. Got some experience, and then I got hired on to do over the road. Can I dab for you? Like that? Is that how you dab? Dab? That's the first time I've ever dabbed on YouTube. You're welcome. Oh. Would I consider moving to America? Absolutely. Yeah. My wife and I have actually looked deeply into that. We would love to immigrate to the U.S., but it is understandably difficult to do it, and it's supposed to be difficult. I mean, if it was so easy, there's 7 billion people on this planet right now. Every single one of them would love to live in America. If you make it too easy, they're all just going to pile in. You can't take them all. So the only thing is right now, to immigrate to the U.S., the immigration courts are so backed up right now that we're trying to come in, obviously legally. I'm not just going to waltz in there. So for us to immigrate, we have to wait like up to 7, maybe over 10 years because the immigration courts are so backed up with all of these illegals crossing over from the southern border. So we can't move there to work there because all those people down there are too impatient to wait in line. So now we're getting all these low, you're getting flooded with a whole bunch of low-skilled workers with very low education, instead of, you know, someone who actually wants to go down there, live down there, put an American flag in their front yard, work for a living, pay their taxes, do everything legally, follow the law. No, they don't want that. They're pushing us back because of, that's why I'm very against what's happening at the southern border of the US right now, because it affects us. Because now we can't move there. We have to wait like a decade because they can't wait in line. Like, build the wall already. Anyway, I have been watching your videos since the W900, and one of the reasons why I'm going to Amazing. Cool. Do I use Messenger? Not much, no. Just personally, with my family and friends and stuff. You've been watching my videos for 7 years. Hey, wow, you're like a hardcore viewer. That's awesome. You've been around since the beginning then. I almost sound Republican. Well, no, I sound like a guy who would love to move to the States but can't, and keeps getting pushed back down the line because of what's happening at the southern border. So if that makes me sound like a Republican, maybe they have a point. I don't know. I'm neither or. I'm just frustrated with that situation. I'm an idiot. Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. You too. Did you hit someone before? I agree. Hey, from Paraguay. Howdy. My dad was born in Paraguay. You in Guam. Live chat. Cool. Do I like gum? Less racist? No, no. Canada is, I'm not saying Canada is not as good as the States, but the United States has a lot of things better than we do. Canada's definitely in like the top 2 nations, but I travel for a living. I get to see how they're living there, and I don't blame the world for wanting to be there. Like, they have a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country. What they've built is amazing. And Canada is just as beautiful. Don't get me wrong here. It's just our tax rates up here. It's very hard to make a buck. So I hate Latinos? What? No. When did I say that? Why would I hate Latinos? My mom was born in Mexico. My dad was born in Paraguay. Why would I hate Latinos? No, not everything's racist. Besides, what race is Mexican? Anyways, there's a lot wrong with the States. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with the States. There's a lot wrong with Canada. I mean, both countries are great countries to live in, but well, California. California is a beautiful state. I can't talk down on them at all. They got a beautiful state there. They've got some wacky politicians, but they got a beautiful state. I love visiting California. Western Star, it was a company truck. Someone else is driving it now. Where would I move to if I did move to the U.S.? That's a good question we talked about. Oh, we've talked about, I like Montana a lot, Utah, Arizona. Arizona's a little too hot and deserty for me, though. I love Montana. That's like, I think, one of my favorite states to move to. Where else? Like, I love all the states for different reasons. Obviously, I'd want to be in a, like, we got some friends living down in Kansas. That's a nice state, very flat. Like Manitoba, very flat. Beautiful state there. Tennessee. Jade and John, we're from Tennessee. Now they're down, like, further south. I don't know where. I've always thought Montana's very nice because I like the wide open spaces. I don't like too much congestion, right? I wouldn't move to New York City. No, the cities aren't for me. Like, it's like New York City is a great city to go visit. It's so awesome. Like, they got everything there. It's just like you go there and it's just wow. But to live, probably not live in the city. I wouldn't want to live in any big city. Mm. Do you like the small cities or bigger ones? If I had a judge, I would say you might like smaller cities. Yeah, I like the smaller cities to live in. I love visiting the big cities. Obviously, they got so much going on, but to live, I wouldn't want to live in a big city. Like to me, Winnipeg is too big, and that's 700,000 people. That's too big. Too many people. I want my privacy. I want to be able to go out in my yard and do whatever I want and not have to worry about neighbors. That's why we got this property. We got very lucky with this property, actually. It's a very unique spot that we have here. We got nobody, and we never will because the way it's built, it's one thing. This property is one of the main reasons why we would stay, and our family's up here. And, you know, I'm not one to run away from the country I was born in just because, you know, another country looks better. You know, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, sometimes, and in other ways, it's not. So I live right close here to the U.S. border. So as long as they don't shut down their borders completely, the ports of entry, which they're not going to do, unless if there was a war or something, I can go visit them anytime I want. And then I can come back home. So I'm happy with where we're at. Like, would we like to move there? Oh, yeah, it'd be nice. But we don't really have any reason to do that right now. It's way too difficult, and we got to wait way too long. We got to wait a decade. Have a nice house. Yeah, we like this house. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to it. Like, yeah, it looks nice, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done behind the scenes. Our ceilings need to be replaced. We got some, we had some water damage that we had to fix. You know, we have that little cabin that we didn't build, but it was just on the property. We don't know what it's for, really. I guess a little guest house, but we need to renovate that. Maybe with once our parents retire, they might stay here for a little while with us in that little house if we can get it nice. I don't know. Do I ever keep up with Sergeant? No. I don't know where he's at. Do I still have a beaver problem? Yeah, they're getting really bad. Again, around our little pond there, we had a whole bunch of poplar trees that were growing. They took most of them down, build their dam. No, the beavers, we haven't got them yet, but I haven't seen them. That's the weird thing. You can see that they've been there because they're taking down all our trees, but you never actually see them. They're smart little critters. By the time I get down there, they hear that we're coming. Torque, that's a throwback. No, I haven't heard from him either. That was a dog from a long time ago. Oh, I miss those dogs. I always wanted to have another. I got Chevy right beside me here right now, and he's not going anywhere. It was just so difficult when I was by myself. And you know, before I met Brit, I sort of told her that before I met her, I was sort of in a depression that I didn't even know I was in. You know, I thought I was happy being single. I had my life all together. I was more lonely than I knew, I think. Because once I met Brit, things have completely changed and completely turned around, been a lot happier. And we have Chevy now, but he stays at home with her. Like, I couldn't have him and Diesel in the truck. I've learned my lesson with that you can't have more than one dog in the truck, unless if they're like itty bitty little chihuahuas. But no, one dog at a time in the truck. That's the lesson I learned. So we got Chevy, and he stays at home with Brit. She needed a big dog here. He's a goof. He's right here lying beside me. Chevy, you want to say hi to the camera? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Chevy, come on. Come on. It's okay. You're not going to get in trouble. Here you are. There, look. You're on the internet. Look. Look. Over here. Look. Oh, hey, no. No kisses on the mouth. That's gay. Don't do that. Good boy. You have to go on your road test now. Good luck, man. Ultimate Deadpool. Can you do a quick explanation of being an owner-operator here? Oh, well, owner-operators, for the most part, I found out, get paid percentage. I've been getting paid per mile, and I was apparently the only driver on decks that was getting paid per mile. I didn't know this. So I think next month I'm going to be talking to them about possibly moving on to percentage like everyone else. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to discuss the pay rates. I'd have to look at my contract. So before I would go and broadcast that to the world, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, people need to know what they pay if they want to work there, but that's how I'm going to be getting paid, percentage per load. But now I'm still on mileage. Yeah. Did you find Diesel's collar? No, I don't know what happened to it. I think what happened is I put it on my dash, and it must have vibrated or slipped off the dash into my garbage can, which was right below the dash. And then I didn't realize it, and I threw it out. I think that's what happened. So I had to order Diesel a new tag and everything, because he's got a special custom tag that I order. When you order these tags, it's from it's called tagsforhope.com or .ca. Tags for Hope, I think. And what it does is it's actually in like it's like a little mini Manitoba driver's license. It's got his little picture on it, and it has all his information just like a driver's license. And on the back it says, "I'm lost, help me find my human," or something like that. And it's $25 to get it, to buy it, but I think $5 or half the profits or a bunch of the profits go to a shelter of some sort, animal shelter. Frankie is here too. He's in his bed. Yeah, he's grown to like me a little bit, but I'm still not his mom. I'm still the guy that just comes into the house every couple of days, hangs out for a while, then leaves again. He's a one-owner dog. Diesel ate it. I don't know. That would hurt. Have I ever delivered to the West Coast? No, I haven't delivered to the West Coast in a long time. Actually, I did deliver my very first over-the-road haul in 2009. I did one trip, and I went to California. Where did I go to? I think it was near Santa Ana, something between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Or was it just north of San Francisco? Pretty much right on the coast. And I have a picture of myself standing on the Pacific Ocean. It was the first trip I ever did to the U.S. on my own. I was 21. What's the furthest southwest you've been to? Los Angeles, Anaheim, that area there. I don't think I've been to San Diego. Have I driven through Area 51? Nope, I'm pretty sure I would get shot if I tried to drive through there. I'm afraid of West Coast trucking. I like it out on the West Coast, actually. I love the Western US, Western Canada here because it's so much more open. Wide open space. Whereas on the East Coast, even in Canada too, it's very congested. That's where a lot of the people have congregated. And lots of cities. You know, you go down the East Coast, down the 95, right? The 95, you hit Boston, then you hit DC, you hit New York, you hit Philadelphia, Baltimore, just bang, 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 all these massive cities, one after another. Whereas in the West, you can sort of just relax and cruise and enjoy the day a little more. When am I coming to South Africa? When it's safe for me to do so. I don't know. I would love to actually come to South Africa, see it for myself. You know, you hear a lot of things that are going on out there. Now, I'd love to come and see for myself. Find out what's going on there. But I hear you got to be careful where you go. Because I was watching this one blogger, and he went to Johannesburg, I think. He went to South Africa anyways, and he was walking through this neighborhood where apparently he was not supposed to be walking through. He looked like me, let's say. He wasn't supposed to walk through, and a lot of people were yelling at him and telling him to get lost, that he's in the wrong neighborhood. And he's looking at these shops, and they had like signs on the shops, no whites allowed. And I was like, I hope that is just one little neighborhood. Because yeah, he showed it, so it's there. It exists. I saw it. And he was getting harassed. He got harassed out of the neighborhood. Well, he got a little lost, I guess. If I heard of the YouTube channel JBG, I've heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him. Are you going to continue using the camera over your left shoulder? I find it annoying that the view straight ahead is blocked. Yeah, it's sort of unfortunate that that's the way it works out. I can maybe try and find another angle so that you can see out the window. I just got to see where I can mount it. I would like to come to Sweden, Norway, all those places. I'd like to go everywhere, really. Come to Cape Town. I see Cape Town's really nice. I know a vlogger that's from Cape Town. I don't know him. We've never met or talked. I don't know. I just know of him. I've watched his videos. And Cape Town looks very nice. Very nice. So that's why I say I want to come there. I just don't know where to go and where not to go, because I see his videos and it's a beautiful country. It looks just like Canada pretty much. And then I watch another guy's videos and he got lost in the wrong neighborhood. I was like, I'm going to need a tour guide. I want to make sure I don't go to the wrong place. When am I coming to the Netherlands? I should go to the Netherlands one day. I would love that. I have a lot of viewers there. A lot of viewers from the Netherlands. That's my third most viewed country. Is that how you say that? First of all, 60% of the viewers are American, from watching from the United States. 30% of them, 60, 70, 89, yeah, 30% of them are from Canada. And the next biggest group is from the Netherlands. And then closely followed by United Kingdom and Australia. Come to Toronto. I've been to Toronto. I was there last month twice. Mount the camera somewhere in a sleeper berth. Yeah, it's just I have to be careful where I mount the camera, because if it's mounted too far away from me, the audio is already pretty bad, and I still don't have a mic for it. So if I mount it too far behind me, you're not going to be able to hear what I'm saying. Belgium. What's your best advice for a new trucker on YouTube? Be careful what you say. Be careful what you show. I don't show the outside of my truck for a reason. Decide what you want people to know about you, and decide what you would rather people not know about you. Just because you put yourself on the internet doesn't mean you're, you want everything shown. Be careful that there's just certain things you want to keep private. Because 99.9% of the viewers watching the videos are great people, but there's always one crazy guy in there who you're gonna say something you're gonna say something that offends somebody, and you don't want to give them any way to hurt you, because just like me, like before I was talking about us moving to the US and why it would take so long, and that phrase, just build a wall, already slipped out. And I know that's a very triggering phrase in the US. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh, it's probably one of those things I would have edited out if I wasn't live. So if you are, just be careful what you say, because simple phrases like that can offend a whole bunch of people. And you saw the comments right away. Right away, people are asking me if I don't like Latinos because I talked about why I can't move to the city. Right away, they think that it's something bad. They come to their own conclusions, and they try to cherry pick what you're saying, and they try to find a way of how they can be offended by what you're saying. And then once they're offended, it's hard to walk back your words so that they're not offended, because you don't want to lie and say I didn't mean it. It's frustrating for us that we would love to move there, but we're getting pushed down the line, and other people can just walk right in and get citizenship. That's very frustrating for us. But you have to be careful what you say, because people twist it. They right away think that it comes from a racist part of your mind, especially if you're a white guy. They think that you're always racist about everything because that's what they're taught. It's not like they learn that. They learn that. And so don't give people too much, I guess. You don't want to censor yourself all the time either. But it's too bad that people always have to assume the worst. Anyways, like my great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, I believe, were Canadian, moved to Mexico. So my mom was born in Mexico. My dad was born in Paraguay. Dad's very proud to be born in Paraguay. He loves his home country. That's where he was born. I believe his dad was born in Canada, though. They moved down there at some point. But Dad still like flies the Paraguay flag in his office at his home. He went down to visit it this past year. I've still got relatives in Paraguay. We've got family down there. There was actually a lot of people around here have family in Mexico, because we have a Mennonite population here. A lot of them have family in Mexico. So this last week, actually, no, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday when I got home, I actually saw a vehicle driving around Steinbach with Mexican plates from Chihuahua. I think that's how you say it, right? From the province of Chihuahua, up here visiting family. So it's not that we have a problem with Mexico. We have a problem with people coming from there, jumping the line, just not going through the proper channels. It's frustrating. You can see it's hard for me not to talk about it, so I'm just going to leave it at that. You married a Mennonite. Any regrets about starting your YouTube channel? Things that you should have never said but didn't, or should have said but didn't. Any regrets about starting a YouTube channel? Not really. No, my life has been almost formed by YouTube at this point, by the internet. I didn't meet Brit on YouTube, but I did meet her on the internet. We are one of those couples that met on the internet on a dating site, and here we are. But a lot of my friends, every single one of my groomsmen that I had up on stage with me, I all met through YouTube. A lot of my great friends that I have today, I've met through YouTube. You know, it's awesome being able to share a big part of your life with the internet, and then having the ability to go back and see yourself back then. And, you know, 30 years from now, I can go back and see what I was doing 30 years ago. But I don't have any real regrets. I mean, in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, and I had to move a couple of times because I kept giving out too much. But no regrets, really, I don't think. Would you ever reveal the site you met Brit on? You met Brit on. I don't think we're hiding it or anything. We met on a... It's just kind of funny, but we met on a site called plentyoffish.com. Be careful if you're going to use that dating site. I mean, I went on there with good intentions, and Brit was on there with good intentions. But there are a lot of people on there with not so good intentions that are just looking for another notch on their belt. Especially if you're a female and you go on a dating site, your experience is going to be completely different than my experience. When I went on there, I went on obviously with good intentions. I wanted to meet a good girl. I was talking to a couple of them and, you know, having good conversations. But then once I met Brit, we started dating, and she started telling me these stories about messages she would get from guys, like dozens of them, dozens. Like, as a guy, we don't get messages, we send messages. As a girl on a dating site, just forewarning you, you're going to get a lot of guys just looking for a night, just looking for a quick session or a quickie. You know what I'm talking about? So as a female, I don't know if I was going to say, I don't know if I'd want my daughter meeting someone on the internet, but I can't really say that because I met her mom. I met their mother. Like, once we have kids, I met their mother on the internet. But I would definitely sit down with my girls and explain to them, just be careful. Like, don't fall for the guy right away. It's like, what I did was I had to chase Brit for a few months on the internet. I wanted to talk to her. And I kept telling her that, you know, I have this YouTube channel, go check it out. I wasn't harassing her with it, but I just let it out there because what I wanted her to do is I wanted her to go and see me on YouTube so that she could see I was a normal guy. I had a good job working my normal life, and she could get to know me a little bit that way so that it would help a little bit. She never watched the videos until I actually met her. But I had to chase her for a bit. She was hard to track down, but eventually I got a date with her. And here we are now. So just reading your comments here. Chris Go, thank you. Wow. Get a coffee for you and Brit. A couple dog treats on me. Good luck with the life goals. We will do that. Definitely. Thank you so much, Chris. That's awesome. I'm going to go out after this. I'm still in my pajama pants. You guys don't know this, but now you do. After this, I'm going to put some actual real pants on and then go into the city. We sold our Nissan that we had to one of Brit's friends. And since there's snow on the ground, she needs the winter tires. And we were storing the winter tires here for her because we had room in our shop. So I got to put them in the back of the pickup and bring the winter tires to her so she can have traction, because that car was terrible on ice without them. So when I go into town, I'll go and get a coffee for me and Brit and a couple treats for the dogs. Chevy's laying right here. I'm using my laptop, so it's much harder to change them. Here, 1 second. Right there. Chevy, you got some treats, man. Where's Diesel? Oh, he's on the couch. On the couch. Can you see him? He's over there. What time is it at my place? It is almost 11:30. I've almost been doing this for an hour already. Wow. Yikes. All right, put you guys back down. It is just about 11:30 in the morning here. Pajama pants? That's more pants than what most regular streamers wear. Yeah. Well, I have to put something on, because if I forget that I'm not wearing pants and I like stand up to go walk away like this, and then you guys would see more than that. These are actually the pajamas I got from my mother-in-law. Where does it say it? You got the Christmas ones, rain beer. They're very comfy, very comfy. Yeah, our dogs are really cool. We got really lucky with them. They were very well trained. Diesel, I've spent a lot of years training him, and he's helped me train Chevy. So that's helped. John in Quebec, howdy. You go wide open. With the Volvo, we're looking into that. We are. Some companies have a policy to stay under a speed limit, but we're looking into that. Netherlands. Dude, I'm not too sure of the rear ratio in the Volvo. I'm sorry. Indiana Jack. Yeah, we talked about him earlier in this stream. Yeah, I know he's trying to get a hold of me, and I know I'm very hard to reach. I'm probably one of the hardest people to get a hold of, because I explained that before. But I would like to connect with him. I watch his videos, Indiana Jack. If you guys don't follow him, go over to his channel and follow him. He doesn't post every day, but he posts really good content. He sort of takes his entire trip from A to B, the whole trip, and makes one video of it. And it's sort of like a feature film, whereas I have a little bit of a different style, but I really like the way he puts his videos together. He makes really good stuff. I'd say go and look him up, Indiana Jack. I'd love to connect with him. I have talked with him before, and apparently he's been sending me messages, but I don't know where he sent me the messages. I don't know if he sent them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, in email. Unfortunately, I have a flooded inbox almost everywhere, and I don't get to always respond to them all, and some of them get missed. I try not to miss them, but have I ever met Sergey Drachev, Heavy Haul TV? I haven't met him, though we were in Lloydminster, Alberta at the same time once. I know his videos. He also makes good videos. Yeah, Jack's videos are great. He's like a video producer. I think he used to do something like that before he started trucking. I think he has a history in video production or some kind of history like that. Makes him really good at what he does. We could do a collab. I wouldn't be interested in doing a collab with Indiana Jack for sure, but it would just be very difficult for us because we're both truckers and we're both. I think he runs the southern states more than I do, definitely more than I do, and we're usually opposite ends of the continent at the same time, and neither of us really know where the other one is at one point because I never reveal my location, especially when I'm not at home. My videos are all a week behind, so at least a week behind. So I never give out where I am at any given time, and I don't think he does either, and we do that for obvious reasons. So it's tough. We'd have to be in better contact. I should try to connect with him. I love visiting the U.S. I mean, you guys aren't that far away. Like I said before, you guys are right over there, right there, right over there. Hi. A little further than that. I can't quite see the U.S. from here, but it's that way. I live very close to it. And we'll always come down and visit. I mean, like I said, U.S. isn't going to close their borders unless if they go to war or something, or some other big event happens. But they wouldn't close their ports of entry for no reason. It would be a very good reason. And then we just wait until the problem has been fixed, and then they'll reopen them. Like, they're not going to shut us out. They're not like that. Here in Norway, we change tires during wintertime. Do you have that on your truck? No, I have all-season tires. Colorado Avalanche versus Jets game. Yeah, well, the Colorado Avalanche used to be the Quebec Nordiques, and the Jets used to be Atlanta Thrashers. Calgary Flames used to be the Atlanta Flames. I guess we're always switching teams all over the place, back and forth. Howdy, Michael. When do you think you will be ordering your first truck from scratch? I don't know. I would love to do that, but if I order my own truck, it's going to be with a custom sleeper with the longest wheelbase that I'm allowed, which I think right now is 260 inches. It used to be 248 inches, right, in Canada, maximum wheelbase. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shoot, I need to. But I think they extended the maximum. So I would get the maximum wheelbase I could with just the day cab on it, and then I would slap a custom sleeper. There's a custom sleeper manufacturer that's based in Minnesota, just south of here, and they build really good custom sleepers that are designed for the cold weather. They're in Minnesota, so it makes sense. So, what happened to installing security cameras on your property? We have them all over our property. We have eyes on everything. I can check up on the property. Actually, I get alerts if something's moving around all over the property. Love the vlog. Thanks, Matthew. Go Blackhawks. Cool. Blackhawks. I actually went to a Blackhawks game not too long ago. Before I met Brit, before I even started talking to Brit. I went down there to see someone else and went to a Blackhawks game with her at that time. That was a while ago already. That didn't work out, obviously. And the old Jets are now the Arizona Coyotes. Yeah, that's right. Videos that I watch every day. I became a big fan of yours, Daniel Hill. Show every day. I would like to be able to contact you with these Facebook Messenger. I am very hard to contact. I admit that. I apologize for that. I know I'm hard to reach. That's why I like to do these live streams every now and then. Then I can go through your comments here and sort of have a somewhat of a conversation back and forth with you all. I know I can't get to every single one of your comments here, but I'm trying to read every single one. Will live feeds become a regular thing? I would like it to. When I'm at home and I'm bored and I got nothing else to do, like I got to edit some videos yet, I like to come on here and live stream because that way I can connect with you guys. Because I don't like it that I'm hard to reach, especially when, you know, you got other YouTubers saying, well, I've tried to reach him too, and I haven't been able to get a hold of him. And I'm like, I feel bad then. I'm like, shoot, like he's been trying to reach me. Like I'm talking about Indiana Jack's been trying to reach me, and I feel like kind of a jerk now that I haven't responded to him because I would love to. I'd love to connect with him and with every single one of you. That's why if I do these live streams every now and then, it's an opportunity for us to have a little bit of a back and forth. Can you have Frankie? You were going to have to fight Brit for Frankie. Do I do much sports shooting? Yeah, we do a lot of clay shooting, target shooting. I do have my, I'm a registered gun owner. So we do have guns. That's probably going to get this video demonetized now that I said, yeah, oh, shoot. But I am licensed. But we usually just go to onto Crown Land, onto this range that they have out there, and just shoot targets and shoot clays, skeets, not clay, whatever you want to call them, skeet shooting. I still have the Freightliner, yeah. Thanks, Clark boys, you're awesome too. Yeah, that's the thing, Joe. We have to maintain our privacy, And at the same time, we want to be quite as open as possible, because that's really what this YouTube thing is all about. It's supposed to be YouTube. This is me broadcasting myself to the world, and I don't want to be this distant person that no one can ever reach. Like, I don't consider myself a celebrity of any sorts. I'm just a guy like you. And I like to be able to be accessible, but at the same time, I also have to have a life. I want to spend time with my wife, my family. I want to do some other things that I want to do. I want to go out and watch a movie sometimes. I want to come home and, make a pizza. We had great pizza yesterday. It was so good. So I'll try to do these live streams as often as I can. What's my take on Trump? I'm just gonna stay neutral on that, just because I don't hate the guy. I like him. I'll just leave it at that. I think that he has. How do you talk about him without like ticking off half of your audience? Around here in this part of Canada, he's pretty well liked. I mean, but you go to other parts of Canada and, they think he's Hitler. You go to other parts of Canada, they really don't care. Depends where you go, who you talk to. Some people love him, some people hate him. It's the same thing with Obama. Some people hated him, some people liked him. I don't think he's getting very fair coverage from the media, because they all seem to hate him so much. But does that answer the question? Yeah, same goes with Trudeau. William said that there. You come to my part of the country here, my little corner. Trudeau is really not liked. We really, really don't like Trudeau here. We would love to see him out. You go to other parts of Canada, and he is like a god with really good hair. It's people have different opinions. That's what's unique about our societies, is that we're not collective. We're individuals, and we all have individual views and individual beliefs, and we all have a voice. We can all vote. So if you don't like them, vote. If you like them, vote. That's all you can say. Yeah, some people really do like. I mean, he's elected with a majority government, right? So I personally don't like Trudeau, but obviously I'm in the minority, because he has a majority government right now, at least for the next year. Our elections up here are October next year. So I guess we'll see if the country still feels the same. I still feel the same. I haven't changed. I'm still going to vote against him. But if people like his socks and his hair that much, and they like what he's doing, and they vote for him, and that's what the country picks, then that's what the country picks, and he becomes leader again for another 4 years. I mean, that's the thing. I'll have another chance in 4 years. I can't control what the rest of the country thinks. If they like him, I guess that's the way our country's going, I guess. As long as he doesn't start coming and taking away my rights, or he doesn't start, well, he is taxing us a lot. I don't like that, but Trucking Review Channel. I sent you an Instagram today. I don't know if that is the best way to contact you or not. I don't know what the best way to contact me would be. Hold tight. I'm going to go get my phone and check it. 1 second. Where did I leave it? I'll be 1 second. Oh, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. Instagram. So this is my new Huawei phone. Huawei. It's Chinese. Can't we make something cool like this in Canada? Seriously, like can't we do this? I think we can. Why can't we have a Canadian brand? Like, why can't we make anything cool? We make it on. Oh yeah, because we want a fair wage. That's right. It's too expensive to do it here. Instagram. Where's my Instagram? There it is. I just want to make sure I got it. 69. Oh, see, it doesn't even send it through to me. I got to approve it. There it is. Aha. The trucking review. Morning. Sorry to disturb you. Okay, I do have it now, but I guess Instagram isn't exactly the best way to get a hold of me because Instagram, for some reason, filtered your comment into my review section where I have to actually click on it and go in it and approve it. Okay. You're from Illinois. Okay, I did get your message. I'll respond to that once I'm not on the live stream here. Cool. How is the weather there? It's cold. There's snow on the ground. Love the vlogs. Thank you. These are one of my favorite to watch. I don't watch much TV anymore. I like watching a show. Brings out a better person. Daniel Hill. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I got quite a few viewers in India over there. Oh. Snapchat. Oh, that's a L. That must be a pound sign, right? You're moving from UK to Canada. Thanks for your vlogs. Whoa, welcome. My brother from over the pond. Your flag is actually flying on my flagpole, sort of, at this point. The Manitoba flag has the Union Jack in the top left corner. Come on down. You sure have changed since we met you at Vlogger Fair. You're doing even better. RC Vlog, I remember meeting you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out in the Seattle area there. I don't know what happened to Vlogger Fair. I don't know if they still do it every year, but I haven't gotten an invitation to come back. And I've been looking for them to see if they still hold their show or their what do you call it? The Vlogger Fair. I don't even know if it goes on anymore. I met so many good people there. Remember, I met Ellie and Jared there. Just as an example, I met them and they had 15,000 subscribers around the time when I had 15,000 subscribers. They now have like 1.5 million subscribers, and he just bought a Tesla. I'm like, wow, good for them. Good for them. I'm excited. They don't do trucking videos. They do like family videos. He's very good at it. But I'm like, wow, I met them when they had just started, and now they're at like well over 1 million subscribers. Good for them. Daily Bumps was there too, and Daily Bumps only had 100,000 subscribers, and I think they have like, well, almost 2 million at this point, maybe more. I didn't grow quite as fast. I have a more niche videos, a specific audience. I should hire someone to drive my Freightliner. I've thought of that. My cousin actually asked me if I would. I sort of brought it up that he might drive it, but I'd have to put a lot of money into it to fix it first. Why don't I collab with other YouTubers? Just because I'm just too busy. Even just doing these videos and the job I do with the truck, yeah, I don't have any spare time. This is my only spare time in the past couple of weeks. And I'm spending it on YouTube. So YouTube still takes up all my time. How do you make money on YouTube? Well, that's there's a lot of videos out there that explain that in much better depth than I can. Just go into YouTube and search just how to make money on YouTube. There's a lot of guys that have put together a lot of detailed videos of how it would make a lot more sense than how I could explain it to you. I don't mean to pass the buck on that one, but I already know that I'm not really good at answering that question because it's very complicated, and Google, who owns YouTube, so Google pays me, and Google's the least transparent company I have ever worked for in my entire life. They don't give you pay stubs. They don't give you end of year, like what we call T4s in Canada, statement of earnings. They don't do any of that. It's very hard to do your taxes at the end of the year because they don't give you any record of income. And they're very non-transparent. You're supposed to get 60% of the ad revenue, apparently. It's supposed to be a 60-40 split with Google, but they don't give any proof that they're actually giving you what they say they're giving you. So you don't really know if you're getting paid fairly or if they're pocketing more than they say they are. You have no idea. So there's a lot of other channels out there that can describe it a lot better than I can, because I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea how it works or how they do it. I bought the Volvo. Yeah, Nathaniel. You watch tech channels? I don't watch too much YouTube. iOS or Android? I'm an Android guy. Android. Yep. Hello from Quebec. Bonjour. Will you say something? Will you say something about India? I'm watching you for more than a year. Love you. Only one from India. No, I got quite a few viewers in India. Quite a few in India. Welcome. What part of India are you from? India is a big, diverse country. What part are you from? Hello from the Netherlands. V8 Trucker Channel. Hey, thank you. Hello from the Netherlands. Or like we said, hello, Netherland. Netherland? Hello, Netherland. Hello. I don't think I pronounced that right. Could I just demand a pay stub? Apparently not. YouTube, they're impossible to get a hold of. Let's say I got a check and I didn't think it was fair. I'd be like, I don't think you paid me. There's no way to get a hold of them. There's no way to contact them. There's no like payroll department or HR department. I don't know what HR would have to do with that, but there's no way to get a hold of them to make sure that they are doing what they say they're doing. They're very, very non-transparent. And unless if you have like over 1 million subscribers, they don't really got time for you. They don't got time to pick up the phone for you. You are from Punjab. The turban guys. I'm glad you said that, because if I would have said that, people would have said I was racist. The turban guys from Punjab. Yes, they're Sikhs, right? We have a very, very large Sikh community in Canada. They love to drive trucks. So if you come to Canada, you will see that most truck drivers don't look like me. Most truck drivers have a turban and are Sikh Punjab. I could sue them, yeah, but it's not worth it for me. You watch me all the time. Thank you. Stockholm, Sweden. Cool. Charlesholm, Alberta. I was in Alberta. Oh, do you know of Watt and Stewart? I don't know of them. No. I'm sorry. Great videos. Thank you. I think mine's a VN 660. VNL 660. I think that's what my truck is. Or is it a 730? No, it's a 660, right? It's got the full condo cab, but it doesn't have the 4 windows on the sleeper. It just has the 2 at the top. A little shorter, too. Has the sunroof. You worked as a cook at Google. Now I'm in a truck. Cool. I don't know if I would want to work at Google. I hear it's a very interesting environment to work in there. But I've never actually been to the Google offices. 670. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's right. Yeah, Vancouver and Toronto, you will find the Sikhs. Yeah. Surrey, Vancouver, that's one of the largest populations of Sikhs. You walk down the street in Surrey, British Columbia, honest to God, you will feel like you are in India. To me personally, it doesn't feel like Canada. It feels like you're in India. You go to Brampton, Ontario, in Toronto, same thing. It feels like you're walking down the street in India. You're the only guy walking down there wearing a ball cap, not wearing a turban. Everybody's staring at you. Oh, quiet over here. Everybody's staring at you because you're the oddball out, right? Now I'm looking around. I have a dog. They don't typically like dogs that much, or they don't own dogs. I don't know. They always seem terrified of dogs. So I'm walking my dog through Brampton. Everybody's staring at me. They're all walking to the other side of the street to walk past me. It was the most uncomfortable experience I've ever had. I'm like, so. Yeah. I am an owner driver, yeah, owner operator. Purchased the truck. I mean, it will be fully mine when the last dollar is paid off. I call it mine now, but you know how it works. Just like this house. This house isn't technically mine until the last dollar is paid off on it. But make myself feel special. It's mine. Do I still play I have a PlayStation 3. I need a PlayStation 4. I don't play it very often. I don't have time. Yeah, they don't like dogs. And the funny thing is, around where we live here, everybody looks like me. It's like I live in a very homogenous area of the province. So Diesel doesn't get to see people wearing turbans that often. So when he does see them, he freaks out a little bit because he's not used to seeing that. So that might be why it scares him around a little bit. He makes him nervous. Oh, Diesel. You're funny. Where would you love living? Where do you know Trucker Rudy? I know Trucker Rudy. I don't know if we know each other well, but we know each other. I know him. We met a few times. Why do you choose flatbed? It pays more. That's the honest truth. It pays more. Yeah, Diesel's sitting like a relief driver. Yeah, it's funny. Is it really worth being an owner-operator? I say with the company I'm coming on for 2 years, would it be nice to have a goal? If you love trucking, it's nice to be an owner-operator. It's nice to have your own equipment. You can sort of have a little bit more freedom, I think. But you can make a lot more money as an owner-operator if you have a good truck. If you got a lemon, you're going to be making less money. So it's a risk. You got to make a calculated risk. Make sure you got a good, reliable truck because it could go either way. Like this weekend alone, if I'm replacing my turbo today, and let's say I didn't have the other truck to switch those tires over, that's what I did yesterday, it cost me $771 to switch those tires over. If I didn't have that truck and I had to buy all new rubber yesterday, that would have been close to $6,000 a bill. And if I have to replace my turbo today yet too, I haven't even looked at the prices, but it's a few $1,000s. So we could safely bet that I would have spent close to $10,000 this weekend on that truck. Just on tires and a turbo and labor and maintenance and stuff like that. Air leak that I got to get replaced. I think a brake pod might need to be replaced. So $10,000 adds up very quick. But, you know, after this $10,000 weekend, I got to safety the truck next month, which is another $500 just for the safety, and then plus all the extras that they got to fix. So it's $500 just to safety it. Let's say nothing's wrong with it and I just spent $500. Okay, so next year we start off with a truck that's brand new, like freshly safetied, and has a brand new turbo. All the brake pods are good, all the air leaks are fixed, the truck's good to go. I might have 12 months of absolutely no problems. Fingers crossed, knocking on wood. That's a good year, a really good year if the truck stays out of the shop for a whole year. And good luck with that. But if it does, you'll be rolling into money, sort of, so to speak. Don't spend it. Put it away because eventually that truck is going to break down and you're going to have another weekend like I'm having right now and $10,000 is out the window. So take the money you make. It's going to look like a lot. Put it into savings. Get like a $10,000 float at least somewhere. And then if you have luck and you don't have to keep doing these big repairs and you fix things when they're small and don't let them turn into big problems, you can make a lot more money as an owner-operator. But it's a risk. And the thing about making more money, if you want to make more money, you have to take more risk. So if you take more risk, you have a chance at making more money. You also have a chance at flopping over. But if you stay as a company driver, less risk, almost zero risk, and you have a steady income that you know will always stay the same. None of the repairs have to come out of your pocket. You don't have to pay for the fuel. You don't have to pay for a lot of things, but you're always just going to make that much money. That's all the money you're ever going to make. Whereas if you own the truck, you have a chance at making all this. It's just a risk. Do I have neighbors? No, not really. Well, it depends what you consider neighbors. Like there are other people living in the general area. I guess they would be considered neighbors. But I can go running through the backyard. I can go running through the yard naked and no one would ever know. Except for the security cameras. Brit would call me out on that. Call me up. What are you doing? Put some pants on. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Exactly what she'd say. Do I like to hunt? I would love to hunt. I've just never actually done it. I own guns, but I do target practice. I do target shooting. I shoot at targets. I do skeet shooting. I shoot at clays. But I haven't actually gone on a hunt yet. I'd like to, though. Argentina, way down south there. Springtime for you now, right? Can an immigrant buy a truck in Canada? I would start off as a company driver. First, start off getting just getting here. Get your citizenship, get your permanent residence, whatever you're going to get so that you are legally here. Then worry about buying a truck, because there's no point in really getting too far ahead of yourself if you're not a legal citizen here. Canada's a little different than the U.S. You come here illegally, we'll deport you. That's a lot of what's happening right now. But if you come here through the legal channels, through immigration, through Canada immigration, yeah, you can own a truck if you have the money for it. Just make sure you get all your ducks in a row first, so that you're able to legally work here permanently. Then go for it. Yeah. How many acres? It's enough. It's a huge property. We never really reveal exactly how big it is. It's just one of the things that I've decided to sort of keep to myself. But it's plenty, we'll say. Enough that I don't have to worry about neighbors. Yeah, it's a shame the trucks are governed to 105. You know what I learned, though? Don't quote me on this, but what I've heard is that if your truck is not registered in Ontario or Quebec, you don't have to be governed at 105. They've taken several drivers from around here in Manitoba to court over that because their trucks weren't governed at 105. And every case has been thrown out of court because Ontario cannot dictate to Manitobans that we need a speed limiter on our truck. They can only dictate it to their own people. So the Ontario government was overreaching, claiming everybody had to govern their trucks, including Americans. They were trying to ticket Americans that would drive up from the States, and if their truck wasn't limited at 65 miles an hour, they were pulling them off to court to sue them. They can't do that. They can only tell their own citizens that they have to govern their trucks. The thing is, the speed limit for trucks is 105. So if you go in there without a speed limiter and they catch you doing 115, 110, they're going to pull you in. They can nail you for that. But don't quote me on that, but I heard they're throwing them out of court. Like, look into it more. Don't just say that it's true because I said that. That's just what I've heard from drivers around here. Their cases have been thrown out of court because their trucks are registered in Manitoba. And our speed limits out in the west here are 110. And so to govern our trucks at 105, just to go into Ontario to deliver their freight and then come back to Manitoba, and we can't do the speed limit out here because of Ontario, apparently courts have been throwing it. I don't know. That's the rumor on the street. Anyway. Video of an inspection? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I've been asked that a couple of times to do a pre-trip video. How old are each of our dogs? Frankie is the oldest. He's 8. Right? 8. Diesel is 7. And Chevy is 1. He's the baby. He's the biggest guy too. But he's definitely got the baby brain. You don't have Chevy anymore in Europe. I've noticed that. And that sort of grinds my gears a little bit. Why is it? Why is it that you come to North America and you see cars from Japan, you see cars from Europe, you see cars that are built here, you see cars from all over the world driving all over the streets here. You go to Europe, you don't see any American vehicles there. You go to Australia, you don't see any American vehicles. I shouldn't talk about Australia. I don't know for sure. But Europe, you go to Japan, how many Chevy Silverados do you think are driving around Japan? Or how many like Chevy Malibus are driving around Europe. Why are they selling all their cars here, but we can't sell our cars there, right? I always wondered that because I always see pictures from Europe and they're all driving BMWs, Mercedes, and it makes sense. That's the cars that get made there. It's probably a lot cheaper to buy them there, but you don't see any Chevys, any GMs, any Fords, any Jeeps or Dodges in Europe. Why not? Michael says Chevys are too big. Ford is in Europe and Australia? Okay. The Chevy trucks might be too big, but I would just drive it anyways. Seriously, I'm thinking about it one day if I like win the lottery or I get rich or something, or if I maybe save up for a long time, we want to go do a Europe trip. But I want to take, by that time I'll have my 2500 diesel, right? I want to take my truck, my pickup, put it in a container, ship it over to Europe or to the UK, and then fly over there, meet it there, and then drive my truck around on their roads just to see how many heads I can turn. Because I'll have North American plates, right? Because in Europe, they got these weird, narrow, long license plates, and ours are pretty short. So it'll be obvious that I'm from overseas. And then just drive my truck around like a boss. Oh, I'd love that. You're buying a Ram. Okay. Okay. It's not a Chevy, but okay. Go for it. Buy whatever truck you like the best. Rams are big. They're big. They're gas guzzlers, but I'm also not a Ram fan, so don't listen to anything I say about them. If you like them, go for it. Go for it. But don't buy it without test driving a Chevy first. Also, test drive the Fords. You know, this coming from like a diehard Chevy guy, the Ford trucks, the F-150s are really, really nice. Honestly, Chevy's kind of dropping the ball a little bit here. We need to catch up. Just sit inside one once. Beautiful trucks. Just wonderful. Not going to buy one, but nice trucks. I don't like the new 1500. Nah. Why are they messing with a good thing? My truck was a perfectly good design. Why did they mess with it? But the new Chevys, the rear end to me looks like a Toyota Tacoma. The front end looks like they tried to copy Ford. I don't know what the interior is like yet. They didn't change it too much from what I've seen in videos, but I haven't test drove one yet. So I guess I can't really talk too much, but I'm a little disappointed in their design that they came out with the 2019 Silverados. I'm a little disappointed. I don't like it that they shortened the hood. They tried to get more space in the cab. So I think they increased like, 3 inches in the cab, but they took those 3 inches off the hood. So they made the hood shorter, which it's an American truck. It's supposed to have a big hood. There's a big V8 under there. He's a big hood. Why are you shortening the hood? And then the box, the bed of the truck is just as long, but they've also widened it so you can fit more in there, but it's wider. They also moved all the doors, like every moving door, like the tailgate and the doors, they're all aluminum, but the structure of the truck is still steel, whereas Ford uses aluminum for almost everything. I don't know much about Rams. That's number 3 down my list. That's why I say if you like the Ram, go for it and buy it. I can't tell you much about them because for me, it's number 1 Chevy, number 2 Ford, number 3 is Dodge. That's just my scale of things. That's the way I do it. And then after that, you got all the Nissan Titans, Toyota Tundras, and I know they want them. They're made in America. They're made in this, but they still don't have an American logo on it. I don't know. The Toyotas hold their value better. Nissans probably hold their value better. They'll probably run longer than the American vehicles, to be honest. But personal preference, I wouldn't drive one. But I'm always open to talk. Like if there's a dealership that really wants to get me in a Toyota Tundra, convince me. How much money you gonna knock off that price? Oh, I have an alarm right now. Oh, it's noon. I gotta snap my friend. Troy, 1 second. I'm gonna snap him. We're on a snap streak, and I keep forgetting to snap because I'm a terrible person. So I have an alarm set for noon every day. I gotta snap him. All right, we're all gonna snap Troy. Hey, Troy, I'm on a live stream right now, and we're snapping you. Happy noon. Well, it's 10 a.m. where you are, but there we go. Gotta make sure we get that. I can't mess up the snap streak. And then I got to snap Moses and John yet, too. 1 second. I'll send you stuff. Or we're just going to send. There we go. I took a picture. Snap Moses. There you go. Gotta keep our snap streak going. Hey, you can find me on Snapchat. What is my Snapchat name? How do I get to? How do I use Snapchat? I'm too old for this stuff. Okay, JoshTJV. So JoshTJV, no spaces. JoshTJV. That's my username on Snapchat. I don't know if you guys use it or not. Not a lot of people do. I just sort of use it to keep up with, like, you know, Jade and John and Moses and Colleen and Troy and Angie. But how long have we been streaming? An hour and a half. I need to get some stuff done, guys. And you guys have been hanging out with me this whole time. Oh, I got to answer this one from Jacob. Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra? Chevy Silverado all the way for me. You ask my wife, GMC Sierra Denali. Not just a Sierra. She doesn't want just a Sierra. She wants a Denali. Of course she does. But we'll see. The Denalis are really nice. I just like the aggressive look of Chevy, but now that they brought in this new design, if I got to pick between a Chevy Silverado and a GMC Sierra with this new body style that they got coming in, I actually kind of like the new body style of the GMC Sierras a little better. But, you know, maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe the sorry, I'm just reading your comments here. Maybe this new Chevy body style will grow on me. I've seen them around a little bit. They're more popular in the States right now. They're coming up here now. And I was following one the other day. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, it looks like a Toyota. It looks like a Toyota Tundra. Doesn't it? The lights are weird. Maybe I'm just not used to it yet. You know, maybe it just take some time. Maybe I just need to drive one. I haven't seen them on the dealership lots yet, but I'm going into town in a little bit, in a couple of hours here, like I said, to bring those winter tires to Brit's friend. Maybe I'll drop by the Chevy yard and see if they have a new Silverado in stock out in the yard. Maybe I'll take a close look at it. We'll see. But I do need to get going here now. Hour and 37 minutes of streaming. Thank you for all of you who have hung out with me for this whole time. I know I didn't get to respond to all of your comments down here. I'm trying to read through them all as they're coming through. What was the worst mistake I made in my trucking career? One last question. Worst mistake. I'd have to think about that one and get back to you. I've made mistakes. I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes, but what's the worst one? I'm very careful when running a business. I don't take unnecessary risks. I take calculated risks. So if a mistake happens, I try to make it so that it's not going to be, you know, career ending, obviously, or shattering to everything. Worst mistake. You know, honestly, I think my worst mistake might have been parking my Freightliner and not fixing it, and instead going to company driver for 2 years. Because that truck is paid off. I could have bought a new transmission, put the new transmission in there, gotten it all fixed up, and been running this whole time as an owner-operator with a truck that was paid off. And I could have had a lot more money in my bank account right now. But instead, it took me a few years to realize that I'd made that mistake. And I decided to buy the Volvo. I sort of had to start over because now I have payments again, right? I didn't want to get the truck, the Freightliner started. That I decided I wanted a newer truck. Freightliner's a 2005, and the Volvo's a 2014. So I wanted a newer truck. So I decided to start over and get another truck. So I guess my worst mistake was not fixing that Freightliner and going back to company driver. But again, it wasn't like a life-ending decision. I was still fine, but I could have been making a lot more money this whole time if I would have just fixed it. No, I've never hit anything. I'm accident free. I backed into at a truck stop, backed into the parking spot, and hit a curb and ripped my mud flap off before. More than once, several times. But yeah, that's it. No accidents for me. No speeding tickets. Haven't hit the ditch. Had some sketchy situations on the ice, but nothing where I lost control or didn't regain it. Yeah. I would like to get a moose bumper for the Volvo, but like I said, we have a lot of other things. A lot of other things to pay for right now. I did hit a moose, but that wasn't really a mistake. That was the moose's mistake. That was the biggest mistake of that moose's life. But, yep. Anyways, okay, I have to end this now because it's been an hour and 40 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with me this whole time, guys. If you're watching this later on, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.